Welcome to Spoiler Street. In this video I will be discussing up and coming storylines for Coronation Street next week. Coming up on Monday the 11th of April, it is a very emotional day for Toyah as she says goodbye to Elsie, the child that she and Imran were looking after together. Toyah and Imran had both decided they loved looking after Elsie so much that they were going to try and adopt her full time and become her adopted parents. This was until Toyah learned the truth about Imran and Abbi's one-night stand together, and that he is in fact the biological father of Abbi's baby. After this, Toyah couldn't forgive him and decided they had to split up, meaning their hopes of adopting Elsie fell apart. Gary is supporting Kelly at this emotional time in her life and has offered to help clean out Kelly's old family home. As Kelly sees some of the items he has brought back, she gets very emotional and upset. It doesn't seem now is the right time to be going through these items as she can't seem to handle it emotionally. Later on, Kelly can be seen sitting alone in the public Victoria garden, clearly looking upset. Abbi spots her and tries to strike up a conversation. Abbi then discovers that Kelly has a bottle of her mother's old medication in her hand and worries that Kelly is turning to drugs to cope with her emotions. Kelly has a history with taking drugs in the past, so this is quite a serious concern to have. Sam asks his dad Nick for some advice as he reveals to him that he has a crush on one of his chess opponents named Yelena. Nick hasn't been happy about his son Sam focusing so much of his time on chess, but he seems glad that he has come to him for this sort of advice. When Daniel attends a meeting about an upcoming school trip, he finds his boss, Mrs. Crenshaw, in an emotional state. She then confides in Daniel that her husband has left her. I wonder if Daniel can offer some good advice or just be there to support her. It's a difficult situation because she is his superior, so he may want to be careful about what he says. Coming up on Wednesday's episode, after discovering Faye is pregnant, Craig is anxious about becoming a father and confides in his mother Beth about it. Later on, when Faye chats to Beth at work, Faye tells her how she's excited to be starting a family with Craig. But Beth gives her the honest truth and tells Faye that she thinks Craig isn't ready to be a father yet. Faye is confused by this, as Craig seemed happy about it when she told him. Imran runs into Abbi outside of her flat and explains to her how he's flat hunting and will soon have a new place to live. He then suggests it would be a good idea for Abbi and the newborn baby Alfie to come and live with him so that they can all be under the same roof and look after him together. Abbi of course rejects this offer, and it seems that Imran has already given up on salvaging his relationship with Toyah. Abbi still doesn't know what to think about all of this yet. Summer has been acting very hostile lately, and it is even more apparent when her friend Ardi heads over to see her. She is in the middle of studying and makes it clear she is too busy to chat with Ardi and makes him feel unwelcome. Ardi can clearly see Summer is not herself but listens to her wishes and leaves. Billy is also noticing a strange pattern of behaviour from Summer and thinks she needs to take a break from her studies. He reminds her that she has promised to help him out at the church, but once again she claims she is too busy with her schoolwork. Daniel's boss at school, Mrs. Crenshaw, is still struggling with the split from her husband and decides to go to the cafe. It seems as if she is attempting to flirt with Roy, but it doesn't seem to make any impact on him. Because of the state she was in, Mrs. Crenshaw handed over the task of organising the upcoming school trip to Daniel. She then thanks him for the hard work he put into planning the trip alongside his co-worker Nikki. Daisy is also in the cafe and has overheard the conversation and now realises that Daniel and Nikki have been working very close together at school, making her even more jealous. Coming up on Friday the 15th, it is the day of Rick's funeral. After Rick's body was discovered by the police, they are giving Kelly's father a send-off at the church. Gary gets very infuriated when he notices one of Rick's oldest enemies has shown up to the funeral. Things escalate even further when the guy tells Kelly that he hopes her father rots in hell for the things that he's done. This is one step too far for Gary and he snaps at the unwanted guest. Things keep escalating and Gary ends up punching the guy in the face. Kelly and Maria watch as Gary tries to deal with the man who is determined to ruin the funeral. It appears someone else is watching them from a distance as a hidden photographer snaps pictures of Gary's altercation. Amy has been hanging out with Summer and after leaving her flat realises she has left her phone and quickly pops back to get it. When Amy re-enters the flat, there is no sign of Summer. She then hears a strange noise coming from the bathroom and she thinks it sounds like somebody retching and being sick. Amy seems concerned and asks Summer about it when she leaves the toilet, but Summer insists that she wasn't making herself sick and what she heard was something else. Amy doesn't believe her and threatens to tell Billy unless she can be honest with her. Daisy is growing increasingly jealous over her boyfriend Daniel's and Nikki's friendship. Nikki has recently started a job working in the same school as Daniel, and they have even been working on the same project recently, so this is making Daisy even more suspicious than usual. She decides to invite Nikki over to the pub for a drink together. She then starts asking Nikki all about her past with Daniel and her feelings towards him now. I can't imagine this will turn out well. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, let me know which storyline you are looking forward to watching next week.